Warning, the Dub Talk podcast contains language and content that is definitely not suitable for younger audiences. I mean, the contents in this episode would disgust people. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, this episode will contain spoilers for Seven Mortal Sins, as well as any other anime series that may occur, so prepare yourself for spoilers. Also, the opinions expressed are that of the individual participants in tonight's episode, and do not reflect the views of the Dub Talk podcast as a whole. And finally, summoning circles are serious business, whether it be used for censorship or rituals. I mean, I just tried to use one a while ago to summon Lucifer for this podcast, and instead I summoned some kind of Fujoshi demon. She's trying to torture me with Love Life itself at the end. But joke's on her, I actually like those shows. Ah, shit, she's booking out the Dramatic Murder OVA. I better run. Anywho, enjoyed the show. Welcome to our diabolic paradise, my sweet maidens. This is Dub Talk, where a group of sinners get together to discuss the latest in simuldubs and home video releases. I am Jamal, the sin of pride. I may look and sweet and innocent on the outside, but I have a dark side that no one else is seeing. Joining me in the knife circle of hell tonight are my friends. First up, we have the sin of sloth, roots of justice.
To be honest with you, I'm just as surprised to be here as you are.
Next up, she's not afraid to speak her mind. We have the sin of envy, Megan.
Fuck bitches, get money!
And last but not least, we have the sin of lust, the sin of melancholy, and the sin of greed, Andrew.
Porn, glorious porn, tits, dildos, and
Glorious
bondage.
boobs!
Unfortunately, the sin of gluttony could not join us tonight. He's too busy sacrificing a goat to some goddess named Tifa Lockhart or something.
I think it also might have to do...
That is the best pot shot at anybody else on this show ever, and I bow down to you.
Okay, so...
Not only did you insult his faith, you insulted his waifu.
Hey, nothing's off limits tonight, am I right?
No.
You are right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going full-on NC-17, so we're all gonna whip it out and lay bare in front of you all. We're gonna jack off in church tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And the four of us to unite to review probably one of the most raunchiest anime yet on this channel, Seven Mortal Sins.
This is the worst anime I've ever fucking watched for this show.
I've watched much worse anime, though this is
Yeah.
basically the most pornographic thing I think I've probably watched in a while, actually.
Yes, Seven Mortal Sins. Not Seven Deadly Sins like my Google search bar tends to confuse. Because nothing says sinning like recording this on a Monday. Oh, thank God I could drop this voice now.
It's hard, isn't it, right?
Yeah, it is. For those that haven't seen this show, here's a quick summary for you. Before Lucifer's fall, hell was ruled by 7 demon lords, known as the Seven Mortal Sins. These beautiful and tempting devils seek complete corruption of the world, but everything is about to change when Lucifer is cast down to the realm of hell, and takes up arms with an earth girl named Maria, whose corruption will rule hell in the hearts of mankind.
This show has a plot, quote unquote,
Quote.
and that is the plot, quote unquote, with story beats, quote unquote.
Yeah, it doesn't help. This is brought to you by Studio Outland and TNK.
Okay.
The same people
who are dead.
The same people who also made Senran Kagura, as well as Ikitosen.
We got pedigree tonight, boys!
Forget the fact that Artland also made Mushishi and Legend of the Galactic Heroes, too.
Hey,
Yes.
someone
We had
got some
pride
money on
once,
the table.
boys!
And on the other half, TNK make High School DxD.
You know what? Yeah.
Now, come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Someone's gotta make money somehow.
That is true.
So basically,
Now.
it's a little something like... Money!
Okay, then.
And...
Yes. So tonight, this is a dub review, and as such, there will not be any predictions. Hell, originally, I don't think any of us would want to cover this show. I mean, if it wasn't for the ADR director and the scriptwriter.
Okay, can I say something first before we delve in and actually have fun?
I woke up my dog pretending to masturbate.
Haven't we all been there?
Oh, good God.
Okay, in all seriousness, before I go into fun mode, Dave! I hate this fucking show. I have watched some pretty bad shit for this podcast. I have no shame. I like to hurt myself for the amusement of our fan base. If I have to watch one more scene of torture porn again this year, I'm going to burn down the entire southern United States. I will fucking destroy people. I am not envy. I am wrath right now. And I am clearly still recovering my voice. This show was fucking awful. However, it does not something that Dave and his cast... Oh, fuck. I've already ruined who the ADR director is.
So let's just say
ADR director person.
Anyway, we'll cut that in post.
Anyway, ADR
yes.
director person and crew, anything I say bad about the show is not directed at you. You guys aren't the animators, you're not the creators, you're just here to act, and it's clear by your Twitter accounts how much you love this show. However, this show is a hot piece of flaming fucking garbage.
I really feel like everybody involved knows that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Jamal, I'm sorry.
Yes, so the ADR director is the Pineapple Man himself, Dave Trosko. Yes, that's right, people. Gun Ichinose directed the dub.
Well, this isn't the first time life fucked him over.
Yeah. And the scriptwriter is Clint Baker.
Oh, is that who
I
that
said
is?
Clint, not Yes, as for other works, Dave is a brand new director. His only other credits are All Out, My First Girlfriend is a Gal, but he's also assisted on Izetta the Last Witch and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I didn't know he did it.
Well, at least one of those shows was good.
At least one of those was good, yeah.
Okay, at least two of those shows were good. I've never seen All Out, but...
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
good
I
with
have
that.
it. I have it. It's pretty solid. And as for Clint Baker, other works you've seen him write is Barakamon. He's half of the infamous duo who wrote Honda-kun and Ultimate Otaku Teacher alongside Cliff Chapin, One Piece, Beyond the Boundary, and Token Ranbu Hanamaru, among many other works. So, what are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen?
Dave!
Dave, you son. Okay, so
Son of a
we should probably
bitch!
say something. When we were planning some of these out, Mr. Trosko actually came to us asking if we could cover 7 Mortal Sins.
Now, let me preface that for you, because the way this happened was, me and Megan were watching the show one night, and Dave was being...
Okay, look, I checked it out out of morbid curiosity, okay?
Well, yes, I get that, but when me and him were trading punts back and forth, Megan was like, Dave, don't encourage him. I have podcasts to do with him, Dave. Dave! And
Yeah, because I
that's
think
how-
we were recording something together, and I was like, don't you fucking ruin my life, Dave.
To be honest, if you haven't noticed by the spring arc, like, we originally wanted to put this as one of the shows to vote in. I would have done it if it had got voted in, but due to certain circumstances, here we are now.
Here we are now. I'm going to be honest.
Ah!
I actually appreciate the fact that I was forced to watch this show.
I'm not!
It's fucking hot garbage. But, the dub honestly saved the show on the grounds that it actually made probably what would have been a show done straight in quotation marks, mind you. A show that would have been done straight.
There's a lot of lesbian undertones.
A show that would have been done straight and actually had a lot more fun with it, with the dialogue, and like actually made it a much more comedic romp about. Literally, I think every girl in the show calls each other a bitch at some point. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of weird dialogue things that they do, and it's genuinely funny. I've had some genuine belly laughs watching this show, and I actually give all that credit to Dave and Clint Bickham.
Undertones, you say? I mean, I'm sorry. This show is like an entire Broadway production where every word sung is the word lesbians.
Lesbians coming up and down the street. We got singing clams tonight.
Keep it gay, keep it gay,
Keep it gay, keep it gay.
Da 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 da.
Man.
So,
Like, it couldn't be any more blatant if it tripped and fell into a box of hammers.
Oh, good God.
it's basically, by the end of this, I'm pretty sure all these women are sweating and smelling of tuna. Point is, I'm actually genuinely impressed with this because there's a lot of interesting performances all around, and there's a nice variety of like some veteran people as well as some people I've never heard of before, and I actually genuinely appreciate the effort of getting some new faces and old faces and just letting them go fucking nuts. This is an insane show, and even though I didn't particularly like it, I think this is a show you could tell everybody involved was having a fucking blast on, and I respect that a lot. I really do.
Yeah, I personally think he said himself that, like, he got the show dropped on him, but, you know, he wasn't willing to go down without a fight, so, you know, I mean, he punched it up the best he could, you know, while trying to give it a different sound, because had it been anybody else, I think the only director that was left was probably Joe McDonald. If it had been Joe McDonald, it probably would have been good, but it would have been safe, so I'm glad.
Knowing Joel, he would have brought his baby to recording.
Oh, good God.
Oh, good God, no! Save that innocent boy. But no, my thing is, like, this show is something I don't want to ever watch again. Like, I will not go back and watch this uncensored, because, like, look, if this is what you fucking jack to, butt stuff and blasphemy, have on ya, buddy. I mean, wank in peace, you motherfuckers.
And it's funny because it's not a show I'd really watch either. I mean, you don't see me jerking my gherkin every Sunday night, but, you know,
there are some people who are jerking their gherkin off. They are churning the butter at the midnight hour on a Sunday night, which is all the more fitting for how offensively blasphemous this show could be to some people.
By the way, real talk, like, devil girls, demon girls, that's my fucking fetish. I would totally jack into that.
Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Oh.
I've seen what else you repost, you fucking Makoto Akira shipper.
I apologize for nothing!
Look here, I've seen all your fucking favorites on Twitter. I know when you favorite hentai. Oh yeah, just because I'm the girl, you don't think I know what fucking hentai is? I am probably dirtier than all you motherfuckers combined.
I don't doubt this.
Come at me, bitch!
Continue your point, Megan.
That being said, I don't know how they did it. I don't know how much alcohol was involved in the writing process. I don't know if they took Quaaludes and recreated the scene from Wolf of Wall Street. But Dave, Clint, Godspeed you bastards. This show has no right to be this entertaining. Like, there are maybe 4 episodes of this show that are actually genuinely not torture porn. Okay, 2.5. And that is the rock battle in episode 5.
Rock battle, idol battle, you know.
Yeah, rock idol battle.
Japan.
Which had some of the greatest banter I've seen about idols ever. There was not a lot of torture porny stuff in the MMO episode.
Surprisingly.
To which even the MMO in a shitty harem wink-off show is still better than Sword Art Online.
Better even than Netoge. Which is the worst MMO show of all time. Worse than
I don't know,
Sword
I would still... At least Netoge knows how to write a character consistently, unlike Sword Art Online.
That's a conversation for another day.
Another day.
Yeah.
And then, like, the episode with the butt stuff. The only thing weird in that episode was the suppository. Like, why is that your fetish?
Honestly,
Why is poop a fetish?
I'm surprised they didn't do the suppository thing sooner.
Why you do this, Mammon? Why you do this?
Was that man?
We'll get to that.
That was somebody
I'm
else.
sorry, Jamal. I have anger at this show, but I can't be mad at the Pineapple Man. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Gurren. I followed you into hell and it got me killed by Lightning Hitler's angel in a box.
We're only just starting this episode, ladies and gentlemen. You're in for a fun one.
Alright.
I'm so sorry, Lilac. I'm so sorry.
So rude.
I'm losing my voice before the con.
Okay, then. So we agreed the direction is good. The writing, however, I kind of noticed, like, Clint has been putting in some references, like, here and there, like, song references.
You know what? It works. It worked. Honestly, because I feel like if this script was, like, to the letter of the Japanese, because I feel like it keeps the spirit of this fucking garbage fiesta. Also, I've been looking at a gif of Jeff Goldblum shirtless hugging a baboon for the last 5 minutes.
Wow.
Nice.
This is
But,
a psychological case study for Megan tonight.
You've broken me, Trosco! You owe me one! Just get on with it!
What was that, Roots?
I did have something to say before we really moved on to script writing.
Okay.
You know, as hot garbage as the show is, I really do appreciate that they went and they got some more obscure people to play the roles.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, the spring season in particular, because, you know, as a podcast, we have to watch a lot of Funimation simuldubs at once. Like, a lot of the bigger shows, certain names keep repeating in the main cast over
Specifically
and over.
male people.
Like, male people, in particular, a couple actresses in a few of the the bigger shows.
We're not gonna list names.
No. But,
I mean, but, like, in the case of My Hero and Attack on Titan, though, it's not really fair to use that as a criticism in those two cases, because at the point where at least a few, especially Attack on Titan's case, a lot of those actors weren't as well known as they are now.
Right, no, and I am absolutely not using those as a baseline. Because, number one, they were both recorded at different time periods, their first seasons. So they have to get everybody back, and they have to find new people for new roles.
That's irrelevant to the point you're trying to make.
Right,
so
exactly.
Continue.
But, it's just refreshing. This and Kato brought in a whole bunch of new people, and, you know, I use the term training wheel dub a lot, and that is not in any way, shape, or form meant to be an insult, because they are very interesting to watch, especially, you know, you come back to a show 2-3 years later, and suddenly a really small name you see in a main cast of a minor show is suddenly one of Funimation's bigger actors. It's kind of cool.
Like how, like, if you went back and watched Show Me and samples, Sarah Wiedenhoff would be one.
Another one is Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, which was
Deadass.
No, wait. Grimgar, Ash is an illusion. My mistake. That was a show where I didn't know who a lot of those people are, and they've since become regulars on our show, basically.
Jamal, you're the host.
Understandable. Yeah. I'm chewing on an apple right now.
Sorry, it was just silence. I was done with my point. Anything else you wanted to add, or if you made your stance, Roots?
In terms of script writing, I really like how clever the show got when it wanted to be.
I know, right?
Like, the MMORPG episode was full of gaming references. The music battle episode was riffing so much on idol culture. Like,
I think my favorite line in the MMO episode is, "Don't you know the skimpier the armor, the better the defense?"
Yes,
like
that was
that line. Like, fucking killed me. Like, I just busted out laughing.
Like, it was abundantly clear that this show had a lot more research into its script writing than it really needed, and it was a touch that is definitely felt and appreciated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're gonna get to my favorite line later, along with another character, but general consensus is direction and script writing is good. They really gave it their all. Let's move on.
Okay, before we move on really quick, I do want to ask one thing to Roots, because I tend to not watch episodes of shows I'm potentially interested in watching this show later, and I'm only doing this now because if you have not followed me on our Twitter, I actually found a Kato cosplayer at a con.
Oh, sick!
I found the demon Kojaku ripoff looking motherfucker.
That's cool.
That Jason Lebrecht plays. Is that dub worth checking out?
Yes.
Just for the interesting voice cast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I will watch that after I go through my backlog.
It's rough around the edges, but it's worth it.
Like the animation. Anyways.
That show gave me the best reaction face ever. Shut your whore mouth.
Okay then, now we're gonna dive right into the first group of characters. First up we have Mina, who is Maria's friend, who goes to the same church as her, and is also a closeted lesbian.
Also disappears after like 3 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much, most of these are
every
just
one of these
shots,
characters we're not gonna have a lot to say about, but we're covering them anyway.
We have the Archangel Michael, who is pretty much, I want to say the primary antagonist, but she's been behind the scenes so much you don't see her often.
She's the final boss.
She's the final boss in quotations.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. And we have Gnosis, the demon armor of Belial.
Who was one part of one of the worst character designs in the show. More on that later.
Oh god, I'm gonna rip on so
and
much.
So Mina is played by Caitlin
God
Glass.
damn it!
You've seen it.
God damn it! I knew we were gonna mention this. Fuck.
Who you've seen in other roles such as Mina Ashida from My Hero Academia.
Suffer, Andrew.
I knew it.
Suffer. This is your punishment. Welcome to your circle of hell, where all it is lewd Minas.
No, can it be?
Welcome to lewd hell.
The circle would just.
Holy shit,
The
Roots.
circle would be like fucking rape dojin. That's all I find.
All it is NTR rape dojins of Mina.
No, God! Why would you do that to me? Oh, let's move on.
We're just breaking people tonight. Yes, anyway, Mina's played by Caitlin Glass, who you see in other roles as Mina Ashido from My Hero Academia, Retri from Show by Rock, Maki from Love Life, and Michael from Maria the Virgin Witch.
At least 2 of those are lesbians.
I had more lesbians, but, you know...
Guess which ones?
So many lesbians, so little time.
Yes, and... Oh yeah, she's also Michael from Maria the Virgin Witch. Speaking of Michael, she is voiced by Kristen Sutton, who you've seen in other roles as Chioi Sakurada from Castletown Dandelion, Oscar Cano from Fairy
I
Tail.
knew it.
Oh no!
I knew it. I knew you were gonna mention it.
Oh no! Babby! Why would you do this, Dave?
Fumie Hyakuya from Seraph of the End.
Oh, she's one of the cannon fodders.
Yeah, and another role we can't talk about just yet. And Gnosis is played by Brad Smeaton, who you've known from All Out is Mutsumi Hachioji. He's also Shinpei in My First Girlfriend is a Gal. So, let's begin.
Okay. Mina's Caitlin Glass. Like, god damn it. Mina's a gay little church girl who's there, and then she's not there. Gnosis. Anyways, and Michael's the only one I have things to say about, because Michael was actually kind of interesting in that she was a crafty little angel from the side, angel from the ropes, but she actually proved an interesting final boss in that sequence, and that it really was a final boss. Everybody was working together to basically take down her wings, so I totally could have seen like some hardcore Metal Gear Rising music in the background during that sequence, which would have made that fun. She's pretty interesting as Michael, and she did the part good. She sounded menacing and authoritative enough, but also kind of like she respected Lucifer.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Personally, for me, Mina, Caitlin Glass, she did a pretty good job. You don't see her again midway through episode 2. And she seems to be very good at the lesbian characters. As for Michael, she proved to be a very good antagonist, and Kristen played it very well. But I thought it would have been maybe a little deeper voice, but maybe that's just me because of the name Michael. And Brad Smeaton as Gnosis, I mean, it was a little hard to tell with the filters, but he sounded a little bit like Patrick Seitz to me. But I think it worked for what the character was.
He set the role of Flame, basically.
Okay. Do you want to go Roots or should I?
Basically there wasn't a lot to either of the three of them from what I saw. I only got up to like episode 9. So I really didn't get to any of Michael's major stuff. So I didn't see enough of either of them to make a.
Well, I mean, you see her mostly in flashbacks, especially in episode 1 where she cast Lucifer down to hell.
Bye, bitch.
They're not figurines, so they don't matter.
Except for apparently if you watch the last episode in the end card, you see Michael and all the other virtues as like little chibis. But my thoughts, that's apparently a thing.
Oh yeah, they had it's one of those shows that had different artist end cards.
Yeah, is it me or does Michael look like a Rule 63 version of Bison from Street Fighter?
Yes.
Where the fuck? Okay, wait, hang on. The hat.
Well, Andrew goes to Google.
You know what?
You know what? While Andrew goes to Google, I'll talk. Caitlin and what's his name who plays Nos?
Brad.
Yeah, if they actually did something, I would remember their performances a little bit more. They're fine for bit characters. Caitlin is just like the plot convenience lesbian dropper before the fucking show's directors, who I honestly don't think knew what they were actually doing other than we have to make something that looks like a story so people will buy our figurines. I feel like they didn't really know what to do with the two of them. And Nos, I mean, again, it was really hard to tell over the filters, but he sounded alright. Michael I can say something for, because Michael has at least a decent chunk of dialogue in an episode. I thought she was okay. I feel like she was trying to play the line between beautiful and like angry or like wistful too much, and it kind of got muddled. It's not necessarily bad, but compared to some of the other performances in this show, I don't think it really holds up with them. Especially in the last half of the series. Because for as much as we talked about the writing being, like, really funny and stuff, when it had to be serious, and I think this isn't the fault of Clint or anybody, I think it's the actual show in this case, because the show tries to put a plot into the last, like, 4 episodes of the show out of, like, fucking nowhere. And they suddenly had to dump all this exposition. I feel like sometimes the delivery was a little flat, but that's more of the fault of the writing and not the actual actor. Because it's like, here, you need to sound all of these different things, while also, it's like, oh, Lucifer, you're the one I wanted to fight all this time. Didn't you know? And Lucifer's like, no, you need to do this, this, and this, and plot. But I mean, they were pretty good. Not as good as the rest of the girls, but I'm not gonna say it's like what fucking drove the nail into the coffin.
You know, it just hit me what Michael actually looks like, and it really distracted me. Michael in her battle outfit looked like Hifumi's cosplay in New Game, and it was really distracting me, and I never got what it was until just now. New Game episode 11.
Wow.
Compare Hifumi's cosplay to what Michael looks like, and you'll fucking see it. Anyways, I think
Please don't
you
do that to
probably
Hifumi.
just ruined a show.
go watch New Game. That's a adorable show with baby.
We're ruining a lot of things tonight. So.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, when we get to Belial, everyone's childhood is going in the toilet.
Okay.
When we get to the next section, I'm probably gonna ruin food for y'all.
Good.
Oh, no, I know. Oh.
All right, you dirty, dirty whore. Let's keep this going.
Oh, me and Jamal
Okay, who
also
hasn't
get to,
gone yet?
Me and Jamal also get to ruin the view, get to educate everybody about a certain city. Don't we?
Oh.
Jamal, you can't just stop when you're midway inside of us. You gotta keep the pace up, okay?
Okay, so everybody said their thoughts.
Yes.
Good, because mine a little broken right now. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our first persons. We have the Demon of Lust, Asmodeus, and we have the Demon of Greed, Mammon. Asmodeus, she's the most difficult demon king to deal with. Besides being troublesome, she likes to tease for the sake of things. Yeah, because nothing says sexy like being dressed like a bumblebee with goat horns. Which in hindsight kind of makes sense.
And she's pretty good on a pole.
I think you missed the bumblebee part, but okay.
Look here, some people want to fuck your goat.
Oh, no.
No. And Mammon, let's talk.
You've been a very bad boy.
And let's talk about Mammon and her mammary glands. What's up with her?
Yeah, she's a single mother and widow with a very soft demeanor. She has apparently more than 500,000 children in her possession. And in order to feed them, she has to mix dangerous medicines to sell them off the high price.
Also, hey guys,
What?
her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, and she's like, "Do you want to raise my kids?"
Jiggle, fecka. Yeah, she won't be your mom, but
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
yeah, she.
What?
It's not even the right accent.
You're
I
going
want my
Scottish.
baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You're not making her sound like whatever sort of foreign like creature that she was trying to replicate. You make her sound like Shrek.
Oh,
Oh God, it's perfect.
all I know
Do I
is
know why that's perfect? Cause she is of the philosophy of better out than in.
Oh, good God.
Hey
Well, she
guys,
won't be your mom, but she'll be your mom.
guys,
What?
it's all over now.
Anyway, the only thing I know about Mammon is she won't be your mom, she'll be your mommy. Let's move on. Asmodeus is played by
Dun 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 dun.
Megan.
Megan, chill.
So, Asmodeus is played by Morgan Garrett. And Mammon is played by a relatively new actress, Annabelle Thorne. Other works you've seen Morgan Garrett in, she's Ayami Shaga from Bento. She's 12 from Gonna Be the Twin Tail. She's Felicia from Heavy Object. Seraphim from Is This a Zombie? And Akira Mado from Rude. Tokyo Ghoul Rude.
My waifu.
Put that in for you. As for Annabelle...
I appreciate that.
No problem. As for Annabelle Thorne, her only other role is Kokoro from My First Girlfriend is a Gal. So I imagine this is probably what happened if Kokoro wasn't Brokoro.
That is such a terrible pun. Let's commence this discussion.
Yes, let's start with Asmodeus. Personally,
Asmodeus? Asmodeus! More like Dat Asmodeus!
Oh, good God. Hey, personally, I think this was a typecast in Morgan's favor, but she does this very well because she usually has this kind of sexy inflection of voice she can hardly turn off, and I think Dave brought it to its fullest potential.
For God's sakes, the poor woman's gotta make fucking orgasm noises.
This isn't her first rodeo with that.
Okay, then.
This is an astonishingly good point.
Honestly, like, Morgan Garrett's done a lot of really, like, sexy, sultry characters, so, like, she's really good at this. The only difference is this time she's talking about how wet she is.
And yet, my waifu is the one that isn't that sultry.
Yeah, she turned it up to 11.
I fucking watched that episode.
Isn't one of her lines literally in the show, like, this is making me wet just thinking about it?
Yes, she says that on several occasions.
One of the lines that was one of my favorites was, once you pop, you can't stop.
Oh, God, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
I forgot that one. Oh, God.
Things we have ruined tonight. Pringles.
Product placement.
Milkshakes.
Remember, people, if you're going to be a sexy demon lady taking a virgin Christian girl to bed, ask her consent first.
Yeah.
What would Asmodeus do? Because here's the thing. At least Asmodeus was like, nah, fam, just let him fuck.
Yeah.
Live and let fuck.
Roots, you have any thoughts before we move on?
Is this... I'm sorry, I had to step out for just a sec. Is this for both or just...
We're talking about Asmodeus.
Well, we'll start
right
with Asmodeus right now.
We're starting with Asmodeus.
She was alright.
Alright.
It's, like, she got some really great lines in there.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how tight were your pants?
5. But, you know, it's Morgan Garrett. I mean, we love her regardless. Even when she turned the crazy up to 11. I'm just glad for... Sorry, go ahead.
I like the whole pole dance thing where she's just like...
yeah.
Where she's just like to Levy, she's like, fuck you, bitch.
It was fun watching Levi fail in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who calls her Levy?
Levi, Levy, either or. Oh, God. Either or.
Ironically, she's not wearing jeans, so...
You gotta wake the shaft! Wake the shaft!
So we're on agreement Morgan Garrett was good in this role.
Yeah.
I'm just glad for once I could talk about Morgan Garrett and not mention Milf and Cookies.
Morgan Garrett's... This seems...
And yet you just did it anyway.
And speaking of Milf and Cookies, let's move on to Mammon.
Look, I'm pretty sure... Let's put it like this. Mammon's the one that's giving milk. Asmodeus is the one taking milk. I'll let you sit on that one. Thank you, Roots.
Now it's in my head.
The point is, you're sucking on Mammon's titties, and Asmodeus, she's probably taking all those facials. It's NC-17, bitches!
I will say about that episode, because I found out that was one of Dave's most uncomfortable episodes he had to record, because he had...
No shit!
Which one?
Episode 4, when you introduced to Mammon.
Yeah, that's... Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
before we move on to Mammon, I have something to say.
Go.
Look here, Japan, you little fucks. If you're gonna go to me and Jamal's home state, get the strip club places right, you bastards.
Because South Beach does not look like that.
No! Look here. if you want to go have a good time with your friends and hit up really nice, cool, expensive bars, you go to Miami. If you want to throw some dollars at some titties, you go to Tampa.
You go have a sure. Right up on 199. There's some strip clubs right around there.
Okay, look. Here's the rule of Florida. The more south you go, the more north you get. And the more north you go, the more you find strip clubs and sex stores mixed in on your Bible Belt.
Basically, the more north you go, the more south of the equator you want to go.
And then you reach Jacksonville.
We don't talk about Jacksonville. It doesn't exist. Neither does Tallahassee.
Good to know.
Simba, everything the light touches is Central Florida. But what about that shadowy place? That is Polk County, Simba, and you must never go there.
Anyway.
Words to live by.
Speaking of loving parents and their 500 billion children, let's talk about Mammon.
I know, right? Like, I mean, like, good, like, damn, she looked good, but damn, she got 500,000 children. I'm like, how?
Snatch like a minivan.
And 500,000 children. Let's see here. Swipe right.
Okay, so we can talk a bit. We can talk forever about how fucking weird that character is. Can we talk about the fucking performance?
Yes.
Because holy shit,
I loved it so much.
it's so fucking
This was
perfect.
magical.
Yes, it was.
As I call her, Tit Tit Gabor.
What is she impersonating? What is she impersonating?
She is impersonating Zsa Zsa Gabor.
From?
Just Zsa Zsa. How do you not know who
You're
Zsa
a
Zsa Gabor
film
is?
major,
And
you don't
like,
know who
You
she
don't know who
is?
Zsa Zsa is?
What the fuck's wrong
I
with
don't
you?
actually know what job.
Hold on. Guys, hold the phone. Not since Noah fucked up who sings You Are the Winds Beneath My Wings have we gotten to educate somebody on popular culture.
I'm also like 2021. I don't know.
I'm 25!
Doesn't matter.
I don't. Okay, what is Zsa Zsa?
Okay, I'm Googling this for
I
you.
genuinely don't know what Zsa Zsa is.
Okay,
She was an actress
Zsa Zsa-
and socialite back in the 60s.
yes, and she was a famous She was crowned Miss Hungary in 1936. Her and her sisters came over. She was also she's an actress, socialite. She actually passed away at 99 last December from, unfortunately, may she rest in peace. She was in the John Huston version of Moulin Rouge. However, if you're a fan of Disney movies, you will know her sister Eva Gabor. Eva Gabor is the voice of the Duchess from the film Aristocrats, and she's Miss Bianca in The Rescuers.
Neat. Okay, so she's basically a big foreign actress that almost made the century. That's impressive. Okay, now I know.
She also had, like, hilariously, she had, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 husbands.
So it's perfect that you had that fucking voice then. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like one of the most perfect castings of the show.
And fucking Annabelle. I don't know Annabelle from many things, but that was a fucking impressive voice you were pulling for this character. And having to do that throughout the entire show and make it convincing and entertaining is kind of amazing. And she also... I know we're going to mention torture porn and stuff. She has some very...
Fuck her torture. That was that hurt my kook.
She had some very convincing screams.
Yeah.
That's impressive. But boy, that scene. I like this character. I really liked Annabelle a lot as Mammon. I thought she was fucking fantastic. Good job. I hope to hear you in more things.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, I thought it was pretty perfect too. Like, I mean, yeah, she was channeling Zsa Zsa Gabor, but to me, it sounded like a Romanian. Well, it sounded like a Romanian version of another actress we'll talk about. But I thought it was good for what she dealt, and I too would love to hear her in more things. Any other thoughts?
I actually, oh god, what? I actually used her as a prediction in,
Daisy?
I believe it was World End.
It was.
I think I actually had her as Jamie's character.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Because I didn't know a lot about her, but I really liked the way that she had her presence.
Yeah.
As Maimon. Because, like, here's the thing, out of all of them, Maimon actually kind of had the most legitimate, creepy, but legitimate way to get followers, and that was business deals. And I like how she gave Maimon that, like, sense of, like, a businesswoman presence in like, the nicest way, because she was basically getting followers to be fucking milk machines for her 5,000 spawns. But she was like that snake oil salesman who's like, oh, don't you know you really want this? Like, that type of voice, where it was, like, so convincing and so, like, inviting that you would have totally given in to her and had some milkshakes.
And then she would have told you the true ingredients.
You make me feel so young. I know anybody's ever seen Whose Line will get that reference.
Soylent Green is boob milk. I feel like by the end of the night, we're not ever going to be able to look each other in the eyes with straight faces. And as of the day of this recording, Roots and I will be seeing each other in person.
Anyways,
Hey, this is gonna be fun.
Mammon, 10 out of 10. Demon MILF makes me feel funny.
She won't be...
10 out of 10 would give me mommy kink again.
Oh, God.
She won't be your mom, but she'll be your mommy.
Mommy, give me cummy.
No. And yeah, 10 out of 10 would seek financial advice from.
I think we broke Andrew.
Oh, God.
I think we've actually
10
done
out of
it.
10, I'd hit that.
Oh my.
Fucking...
I think we actually physically caused pain to Andrew.
Any night we could break Andrew is a good night.
I think
That's right, boys and girls. Write your Jamal X Andrew fanfiction.
No.
I think we need to move on. I am willing to pull out more 4Kids Sarah for the end if I gotta.
No.
Okay, let's just move on now before we cause more irreparable damage.
These demon ladies make me feel funny. Let's move on. And the voices are great.
Yes. So next up, we have the Demon of Melancholy, Astaroth, and the Demon of Sloth, Belphegor.
I ship it.
Yes, we know. Yeah, so Astaroth, though she might say that she stole to see the Demon of Melancholy from her, she's actually a fellow Needs, and probably the only person she could call her friend. She's pessimistic and is very good at music. Like, she legitimately has like a ton of followers. Hold on.
She also has the best animation.
The mad beats.
She also has the best animation in the show, unironically. Because that's actually a really cool music video sequence.
Oh yeah. Which I was surprised she was stunned when she was looking at it. Yeah, she's very good with music, has a ton of internet followers, is challenged by Lucifer to a singing battle. And Belphegor...
Epic rap battles of history.
Yes, which is funny when we get to the actress. And Belphegor is said to have the highest abilities among the 7 Demon Kings. However, due to her ultimate laziness, she won't show them. It's revealed she possesses the ability to create and alter reality, such as video games. To host other humans or fans to play along in RPG. And so, Astaroth is voiced by Jade Saxton, who you've heard in similar roles such as Ringo Kinoshita from Nolan, Miku. Are you okay, Andrew?
No, he's not.
No, continue. I'm laughing because I really want to talk about Jade as this character. Please continue.
We'll get to that. Just hold your
giggling.
horses. Just hold your horses. She's also Miku Izuyoi in Dead Alive 2, Unin Show by Rock, Matomi Miyanaka in Akiba Strip, Goi from Love Tyrant, and Ruruka Ando from Danganronpa 3. As for Belphegor, she is voiced by a new actress, Ella Davis, and this is her first role ever.
First credited official role, at least.
Yes, first credited role. So, why don't you get your giggles out the way, Andrew? Why don't you start us off?
Okay. So, long since past the days of thinking Jade Saxton is only ever typecast as the tsundere bitchy girl. She has very, very, very impressed me in a lot of her recent outings for characters like Kana, and there's a couple other ones I want to think of. You mentioned Ruriko, that's another good one. But this one, okay, how do I describe the voice that she uses for this character? It is...
Iggy Azalea.
Hang on. She is playing full-on rap god mobster wife. That is what I would describe Jade Saxton's voice. Rap god mobster wife.
Okay, full disclaimer, this actually came from Dave himself. Apparently when they recorded that episode, they were playing Iggy Azalea in the background, like.
Oh, were they actually trying to use Iggy Azalea to like get her in the mindset?
I think so, but it feels more like Macklemore to me.
Okay, no, fucking God, I want to hear Jade do that whole thing where like she's dropping a verse and nobody can understand what the fuck she's saying. It's like basher, basher, basher. She's like nobody can understand what the fuck she's saying. It's like what?
At least she's more intelligent. Sorry. I was gonna say something about the new DuckTales, but I can't actually admonish the voice of Donald, though it is kind of hard to listen to, so hard to understand him sometimes.
Duck tits. Woo!
Woo! Demon Tales. Woo!
Okay.
Other than the fact that
Okay, come on.
when we get to below, it's going to die really hard.
Yes,
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Anyway,
Ducks
I'm
have
sorry.
screw penises. I thought we should bring that out of the open and say that ducks have screw penises.
Scientifically accurate DuckTales.
Woo! Okay, let's continue.
Anyway,
Jade.
No, I enjoyed actually Jade's performance as Asmodeus because unlike the
Astaroth. Asmodeus is lust.
Astaroth.
She
Astaroth.
has the axe, which reminds me of the Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Anyway, Astaroth. Actually, one of the things I really liked about it was that she seemed a lot more low-key in terms of voice than the other demons, which makes sense because she's melancholy. I liked that I liked how naturalish sounding the raps sounded in that voice. Because, face it, if you're not a rap god, suddenly, hey, guess what? You're rapping today. You're just like, what the fuck? However, I'm gonna side with my boy Mage and Rico, because every day is Mage Day in the rap battle of between the demon sexes. But I enjoyed her performance a lot, especially because when you get later on in the series and she sides with Belial, and you see how it kind of hurts her because Belial lied to them. And I think Jade really genuinely got that hurt across. Even in a garbage-ass show like this, when it was on point, it was on point. And I really enjoyed that about Jade's performance, because it was in one of the best episodes, and she was honestly probably one of the more enjoyable characters. Because
also, stage fright is a very genuine thing. It's like
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
And Jade got it across really well.
it's like I don't know about you guys, but I've done like stage acting and performance and stand-up stuff before, so I understand the intimidation of getting up in a crowd, being entertaining, and not fucking up. So I completely get it.
Alright, Root, to your thoughts?
Yeah, so I thought performance-wise they were both pretty good, but what made them great was the writing behind them.
Yeah.
Like, these were both characters that could have been, if the script writing wasn't on point, but it was, which made both performances great.
I feel like of all the demons, these are the ones I can actually see being like just straight up people.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even talked about Belfgor,
Yeah.
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, they... Jade gets some great monologuing moments. She pulls off the rapping really well. And then Belfagor gets really great one-liners.
Right.
Throughout the course of the episode. Like,
Belfagor has one of my favorite moments in the show, and that is, she's being tortured by Belial, and I guess her torture is to,
be on a treadmill for all eternity.
Run on a treadmill, and every time she slows down, it gets really heat and fiery. And she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Ah! And then, Lucifer comes by and just goes, you need the cardio. Keep it up, fatty.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
That was hysterical to me, and I loved it. I like who plays,
Belfagor?
Yeah.
Ella
again.
Davis.
Please. I know that we're not supposed to ask.
What are you asking?
But if she happens to be in the area and she comes into the booth, give her a shot, because I think she did a really good job with Belfagor. And it was probably another one of those like highlights of the thing, and it was a really nice performance. Also, Belfagor is the best designed of all the girls fighting.
I'm actually kind of in agreement with you, because, like, all of them are meant to be, like, sexualized figures and all that. But most of them seem too convoluted and, like, fucking insanely over-designed to really get that. I feel like if I was to fuck any of them, Belfagor actually strikes me as like, wow, you are squishy and fun. I could see you actually being a physical human anatomy.
I mean,
She looks soft and squishy, and I would enjoy that. Anyways.
You would.
I would, Jamal! Don't judge me.
Anyway, as for me, to be honest, I thought, to me, Belfagor was kind of in a quiet taste. I thought maybe it was one of the weaker performances, but that's because I wasn't familiar with it at the time, but as I went on further and further with the episodes, I actually started to come around and like it.
I definitely think the MMO episode, she actually got a lot to really show off her stuff and have fun as this kind of like kitty face, doesn't really give a fuck. I'm just gonna run this shit however I want. Oh no, you are the hero, the chosen one. I don't know. What can I put on you? Here, put on this fucking piece of string. Now it's the strongest armor in the game. I love that.
Don't you know, the skimpier the armor, the better the defense?
I love that.
Yeah.
I actually thought she did a really good job at making Belfagor sound really lax, casual, and like she really was just gonna pass out, and it was really fun. She was really fun. I actually enjoyed Belfagor quite a lot. She's one of the better characters to me.
Alright then, any thoughts left, or we good to move on?
Roots, your thoughts? Because I feel like you didn't really...
He said his piece, I think.
I could
Okay,
totally
I do want to say
picture Belfagor hating Mondays, though. And maybe liking lasagna.
She's the Garfield.
Nice.
I do have to say one thing, though.
Yes?
Show? Tails don't come out of your booty hole.
Yeah.
Oh.
That, you say...
Okay, yo. In the MMO episode, Belfagor's tail is like a fucking Kamehameha beam. But... she gives Maria one to train with.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was a butt plug. Tails don't come out your booty hole.
That
Show.
is a very...
Tails come out your tailbone. And every other character, their tail comes out the tailbone. Tails, no come from where your poop goes.
That is a
In and
very...
out.
You're just throwing me
very
into a
big-
tailspin right now.
That is a very big artist mistake a lot of people really make.
Things that go in your butt.
It has to be on the back. It has to be on the
Penises.
bone, not in the butt.
Butt plugs.
Don't...
Suppository
Anal
tails.
Anyway, also B, Tails don't go into booty hole!
Tails don't go in the booty hole.
Tails, don't put him up the butt.
Unless
This has been
the
a
tail
Dub
is...
Talk public service announcement.
Unless the tail's a butt plug or your ding-dong. And only if they ask and consent to that, you know?
Tails a butt plug sounds like an RPG.
No, that sounds like a porn parody. Anyways, I really enjoyed, fucking Jade Saxton is one of the most hilariously absurd voices I've ever heard her do, and she's fucking amazing. And I really actually liked Astaroth quite a lot. And Belphegor was very whimsical and dumb and fun, and she's probably one of the hotter characters that I could actually see myself jacking it in church too. Let's go with that.
Oh boy. Anyway, one consensus, they're very good. Let's move on before Andrew moves down his pants.
Do you think Belphegor would fall asleep during sex?
She'd fall asleep during falling asleep. Let's move on.
So she'd be like extra asleep?
You know, I've sung a song to the tune of Do You Want to Build a Snowman about fucking your stepbrother. And even that is not as insane as tonight.
Oh, okay. So who's next on the chopping block?
I'm glad you say that. Next up on the chopping block, we have the Demon of Gluttony, Beelzebub. And,
Bub.
yes, and the Demon of Wrath, Satan.
Bo, 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 bo.
Can I just go on a whim for a second and say, as soon as I saw this character's concept art and design, I knew exactly what sin she was going to be. I knew it's like she is the smallest one with the flattest chest, and she looks like a little child. Of course she's the glutton. That's how that works. Which honestly isn't the most absurd mix-up of...
You know, because little kids like to put everything in their mouths.
Okay, you brought it back. I see your point. But no, it's not the biggest mix-up of sins I've seen in fictional media ever. That would belong to the Nanatsu no Taizai 7 Deadly Sins, where Gother is the sin of lust, and not Meliodas. Gother, I don't even think he knows what privates are, and Meliodas is straight up putting his face in royal pussy!
Anyway, to talk
Also,
about
the only reason I could tell what sins some of these were was Digimon.
What?
Of
like,
course.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Okay, so there's a group of evil Digimon in a bunch of the shows that are basically the 7 Deadly Sins.
Mm-hmm.
What season?
Let's see here. It would be number 3.
Tamers?
Seasons 2, 3, and... Actually, you know what? 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay,
'Cause
how does
just
it... Explain, how does this relate?
They basically use actual demon names who represent the sins. In like, actual Judeo-Christian mythology.
Oh, like Beelzebub and stuff?
Right.
Ah, okay.
Like, that's how I knew them.
Okay. So that's how you actually recognized who these characters related to what sin for this.
Right.
So, I think we should probably talk about who these actresses are, because I actually don't think I know who Bubs is.
Well, we haven't talked about the characters yet.
Okay, who are these people?
Yes, Lady Beelzebub is a demon king that Lucifer keeps like a little pet, as Lucifer is the only being who can give her orders. If she has interests other than eating, nobody knows it other than Lucifer herself. And as for Satan, she's always engaged in eternal battle. She's known for her temperament, and in episode 8, she kind of gets pissed off that the gluttony's on her side, on Lucifer's side, and she will do nothing, stop at nothing to destroy her, even if it means destroying the whole goddamn world.
Okay.
They had a battle on the moon. It was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
that was actually kind of cool. I'm like, why is this show getting kinda cool and awesome now? This is a whole-on fucking battle. They brought goddamn military people. There's a flying water whale. There's actual Dragon Ball Z battles going on. And I've almost forgot for a second that this is a show about hardcore tits.
Alright. Who put the shonen battle in my pornography?
Who?
I mean, you don't wank off the Dragon Ball Z like some people?
I mean, okay,
No.
Here's what it is. They both
No, ew.
they both result in a strong release of what is it called?
Fluids?
Testosterone. They both release testosterone in your body for different reasons. For very different reasons.
Alright, so let's get right into it. Beelzebub is voiced by another new actress named Ariel O'Neil, and this is her first role ever.
First official role, at least.
Yeah, as far as we know in terms of anime.
Yes.
Yes. Whereas Satan, is voiced by Don Bennett, who you've seen in similar roles such as Dark Elf from Bikini Warriors, Kikuchi from Akiba's Trip, Isabella Yang from Yuri on Ice, from Show by Rock, and Rico Flamel from Sky Wizards Academy, because I think this is what would happen if you actually threw it under an 18-wheeler.
I still want to kill Rico Flamel.
Whoa, wait a minute, this is Don Bennett.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Don Bennett.
That
You'd never think that. Like, from the moment they announced the cast, and I heard it, I was like, this is Don Bennett.
She's very good at being very, very angry and badass. And I really think she brought it all, and like, those were some fucking blood-curdling yells. She pulled... This was like training for Dragon Ball. Speaking of which, holy shit. Fucking idea forming. Christopher Sabat, listen to me on this idea. Dawn Bennett, cauliflower.
Oh, stop, I can only get so erect.
Dawn Bennett as cauliflower.
I had Joe
Wait
Harris
a second,
in
I
mind.
don't care about Dragon Ball.
I had Joe Harris in mind, and I don't give a shit about Dragon Ball, that is.
Okay, but she is the angry, badass Saiyan one. She's the one that's actually cool and not femme Broly. I could see Dawn Bennett pulling off cauliflower. That's what I'd say. So let's start with Satan, since we're talking about Satan right now.
Yes.
Satan is fucking badass, and I really think Dawn Bennett pulls all the anger management shit with this one. But it was also kind of funny when she was getting really jealous of, like, Lucifer's like, damn it, that would look too cute. No, I want to protect the little...
Let's be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I will always use that forever and ever. Thank you, Pitch Perfect.
Let's be honest. Dawn was fucking amazing as Satan. Are we going through Satan and then mentioning Bub, or can we talk about both?
We're gonna talk about both, man. So.
Okay, Bub is adorable. I'm actually kind of angry at how I like this character. Because,
really?
Okay, listen to me. I thought this was the flat out going to be some really creepy, or she was going to be like a stuck-up bitch. I thought the tiny little lolly child was going to be a stuck-up, bratty character, and or just really rude and used creepily. She was used creepily, but Bub was actually kind of adorable and surprisingly endearing for her status and like what she was. I couldn't believe that she was a glutton, because those were some of the tiniest fucking anime bites I've ever seen in my goddamn life. But she was adorable, and I actually really liked what was her name? Ariel?
Yes.
I really liked Ariel a lot as Bub, and I'd like to see her in more things. Also, I would like to point out that her friendship with Lucifer literally started through butt stuff.
I'll bring that up again with another character.
Megan, would you like to go next?
fuck me in the ass.
Well, we are at that part. Continue.
No, not really. God, you weirdo. No, these are easily two of the best performances in the show.
Yes.
In the W Awards, if we're keeping it this year, they had Voice to Watch. I would put Ariel O'Neil on that. She really got the line of endearing and cute across with a slight bit of devilishness that made Beelzebub a character that you actually kind of rooted for. And it's something that happens with her where, like I said, for the middle portion of this show, I was like, okay, maybe somebody at the dying Artland fought for control of the brain and tried to make this a semi-classy show, and then they lost out and the idiot got back in charge.
I don't think this show is ever going to be semi-classy, but I know what you're talking about. It's like...
But, then April O'Neil got Timon as the rejected Gimp brothers of the torture tower thing from Berserk are shoving sausages down her throat.
Ravioli, why the fuck did you loot the dragon lolly? Demon lolly.
It's...
Ravioli, do not loot the bub.
I'm kind of surprised.
Don't do that to little
I'm
bub.
kind of surprised.
Don't do that shit to little bub.
I feel like that was an inevitability, but boy, was that fucking creepy Dojin bullshit. Like,
but like, I genuinely, like I said, I genuinely enjoyed Ariel's performance. Dawn was fan-fucking-tastic. Her, like I think we've mentioned it a couple times, Dawn Bennett's range is impressive as shit. And it shows in this show. Because I feel like, as a character, Satan being Wrath, she's always kind of got this tenseness to her voice. So even when she's like, shit, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen, she kept that tenseness there, and it's something I really appreciated.
I also like that Satan is actually, like, a very noble fighter. Like, in a society where everybody could have been, like, backstabbing, shitty demon people and will use any sort of dirty trick to win, I actually respected that her character was like, I want a fair fight with no hold bars. It's like, I respect that in a character. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first heard, what the fuck was the name? When I first heard Beelzebub, when I first heard her as Beelzebub, she kind of sounded to me like a younger Felicia Andra. Like, it was so cute and so adorable. I was like, yeah, I could get behind this performance 100%. Yeah, she was pretty adorable for the character, except for that one episode, but that wasn't her fault. That was the show's fault. And
Rooch, you dodged a bullet.
Yeah. And as for Dawn Bennett, yeah, her range is impressive. Like, this is actually closer to an actual one. Here's how long it took for me to get sold. The moment she went full Scorpion and said, get over here.
I forgot about that. Yes, that was great.
Yeah, but, yeah, not only that, but when her episode aired, like, you see her at the beginning. You see her talking to Bilal. And,
Bilal.
Yeah, Bilal, yes. And I'm wondering myself, because at the moment, for some reason, I started hearing Connie Clinkbeard. I had to pause the screen, check, make sure there wasn't another character on screen, and play it again. I'm like, yeah, she put in a note to Colleen Clinkbeard. It was like, it was pretty awesome. Like, as a matter of fact, I think that might have been a little black magic herself. Like, I mean, she didn't sell her soul to Satan. She is Satan.
She is Satan, therefore she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Exactly.
So yeah, basically to round out my thoughts, I really like both of these characters, and I thought both actresses actually did a pretty spectacular job.
Roots, your thoughts?
Much the same. Beelzebub was pretty cloyingly cute. Kinda had to be. And Dawn Bennett's vocal range is just the most insane thing right now. And that is absolutely awesome. And, you know, Funimation directors, put them both in more things, because they're both cool.
Would you believe that Dawn's currently being a cat mommy?
What?
Have you seen like her post with all the?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought this was for an anime, not that.
But she
she's
wasn't.
the cat whisperer.
No,
but she's
taking care of a lot of baby kittens right now, and the videos she posts are fucking adorable. What did you think I
really
meant?
Cool.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know the story of this, she found a male cat named Apollo. Well, his name was Boy, I think, when she had him, and it was adopted by Haley, who is I'm gonna say the nice way, associated with Alejandro Sub, and they named him Apollo, but he had, I guess he had a mate out in the wild, and he brought her home, and her name is Beeper, and her and Melissa Lenti, went to the vet, and found out Beeper was pregnant. And Beeper had kittens. And they're adorable as sin. And she does little, like, live streams of the kittens.
This sounds like a kitten version of what's it called? It's a Disney movie. It involves the phrase tramp.
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. It sounds like a kid version of Lady and the Tramp almost.
Beeper and the Apollo.
Like, no, it's like Beeper and the Tramp. Beeper and the Tramp. Beeper and the Tramp. You could sell.
But it was really freaking cute.
All right, you can sell those movie rights to me later, Dawn. Anyways, yeah, I really like them a lot.
Yeah. Alright, so shall we move on to the elephant in the room?
What's the elephant? The design, the character, or the tits?
All three of them. We're talking about the Demon of Vanity, Bilal.
Oh, good boy! What the fuck is this character design?
Hold on, I got a voice I need to use for this. Well, by God, it's the Demon of Vanity, Bilal.
What the fuck is this character design? It's like you took. Okay, let's talk about all the individual pieces. You have Bayonetta's glasses and almost short hair. You've got heterochromia because, of course, you got dumb OC bullshit characters. Heterochromia. You got white hair, and you've got giant fucking things on her goddamn shoulders. They're like giant, like, blue bowling balls. She's got a humongous chest already. Barely anything covering the chest already. She has no pants. Fucking no panties. No underwear. The only thing covering her crotch is a goddamn, like, tramp stamp looking tape thing, motherfucker.
Pasty.
And is this hot? Is that meant to be hot? What part of that design is meant to be attractive? This is a woman I see that I would want to have sex with. This is a blow-up doll I buy in space.
Ain't no kill like overkill.
God,
Yeah.
It's so fucking overkill. And the voice.
Yes,
Let's get to that.
Let's get to that now. Now that I've got my rant on her stupid fucking design.
Ooh, Lord. Yes, let's get to the voice.
Andrew is salty.
It's so stupid! Like, some of these characters are actually, like, some of them look dumb, but some of them are actually semi-attractive and or, like, interesting designs. This is so stupid!
I think we broke
I'm
him,
not
boy.
even broken, I'm just angry. I am wrath!
Well, she's Vanity, but yes, the Demon of Vanity, Bilal, she's actually a former fallen angel named Sataniel. The fact that the only pride she holds in her heart is she was born into the Burndale household, which makes her a demon lord by birth.
I'm sorry we're spoiling all this very engaging story.
There's a description. This is why we have a disclaimer.
I'm sorry we ruined all that very engaging story.
Yeah, she seeks vengeance against Lucifer for actually... She thought Lucifer was the one that cast her out of heaven, unaware it's actually God herself. And
God's an asshole in this show.
Oh God, everything about this show is blasphemy.
Yes. And so, Belial is voiced by Elizabeth Maxwell.
Amazing.
Who you've seen in other works as Ymir in Attack on Titan.
My third wife.
Bishamon in Noogami and Noogami Arigato. Albedo.
My second wife.
Albedo and Overlord. Victorious in Show by Rock. And Julie in Street Fighter. So get out your plates, it's dinner time, because Elizabeth Maxwell serving up some ham!
Okay.
Just let him have it, guys. Back off and let him whip his dick out in helicopter.
Oh God, helicopter
Andrew.
dick, go, helicopter dick,
Ooh,
go,
Lord.
helicopter.
Lord, I got the vapors up in here. You go ahead, Andrew.
Do the helicopter dick.
Oh God, this fucking voice is... Holy shit, I did it. Elizabeth, holy shit. This is amazing. She went full-on Dixie Southern Belle for the goddamn Satan... Not Satan, that's somebody else. For the goddamn leader of the devils, and it's so odd, and I didn't get it at first, but it's so fucking funny and unique that it's just like... Every time I see this character now, I just see this fucking Southern Belle nudist evil child. It's like, everything about the voice is so odd, but she's having so much fun doing this voice. I feel that it just, her presence is so, like, I didn't really like her character, and you know my thoughts on that fucking character design, but she is saved by this insanely weird, unique performance that Elizabeth Maxwell gives. And it's not like my favorite character performance she's ever done, but it's the fucking funniest and most unique I've ever heard her pull off. God bless Elizabeth and God bless Dave, you crazy motherfucker.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Please? Okay, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys? Okay, Belial is the dumbest character design I've seen for a female character in, like, some time. My God, she's got 2 watermelons strapped to her chest held up by a fucking sticker. And she just has, like, a butt plug stuck in her vajayjay. That's her dog. When your dog is also your armor. I mean, she's literally screwing the pooch as she walks around.
Oh, God. Why? Damn it!
And now to maroon your
You
childhood.
said that as I made eye contact with my dog too.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, fuck my childhood up, Megan. What do you have to say?
All right. So demonic lesbian Yosemite Sam here.
Oh God.
You know it's fucking true. You know it's
Oh!
true. She's like demonic Yosemite Sam.
Oh,
And her Bugs Bunny is Lucifer.
God. God,
I was gonna do
it.
Yosemite Sam and I almost went to Foghorn Leghorn all of a sudden.
I said.
Oh my God, she's like in Foghorn Leghorn, and Yosemite Sam had a demon child.
Oh, good God.
I say here.
Please send us your.
I say.
Send us your Foghorn Leghorn Yosemite Sam fan.
I say,
I
Azeroth, you gonna go out on that stage, girl, and you going to perform for all these people.
I mean, like, I love Elizabeth Maxwell, and dear Jesus, she's got some golden ham to contend for.
It's amazing.
I mean, she is like, as much as you want to hate Belial as a character, Elizabeth Maxwell makes her sound so awful and like such a horrible person that you want to punch Belial in her face and her titties.
Oh god, it just hit me.
Like, I enjoy this performance not because it's just so entertaining. Like, fuck anyone who says the accent is dumb or anything. It's fucking hysterical.
It's so dumb, but it's so funny.
The only complaint I have,
like, it is
in the wise words of a man who runs a web show just called "What the Fuck Is Wrong with You?" As said by Nash, when a Southern woman, and I don't mean like Texas Southern, I mean like Dixie South, like your Southern Belles, Cypress Gardens, like big skirts, little like umbrellas, Gone with the Wind, frankly my dear, I don't give a damn Southern woman, insults you, the more adjectives, the more annoyed.
So what you're saying is for like the full video release.
She should have been like, Lucifer, you sweet honey iced tea sugar plum bear, bitch.
Okay. You thought that they like didn't go the full.
But lip flaps, and that's just a joke. But no, I honestly think it's probably one of, if not, it's one of the most hysterical performances. Not in a mean way that I've heard in a while. And as much as I hated Belial and wanted to see her lose, she at least was comedically hammy enough as a villain in this crazy
I actually
action.
feel like if they played this character straight, it wouldn't have worked for me at all. Just cause like, I would have just not liked this character even more. The fucking Dixie Southern voice kind of makes her endearing when all that would have existed for me would have been seething rage.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to ever come back and rewatch this show, it would be because of Belial.
Are you sure it wouldn't be for the hardcore, like, wank session you probably would get without the summoning circles?
Yeah.
Okay, some of those, made sense, but it's like, I've seen a panty before show. That's not that dirty.
Yeah,
No
that's
comment.
true. Yeah, Elizabeth Maxwell went full ham on here. So much to the point.
She's serving ham at the dinner table in the South, like with some goddamn gumbo and like pulled pork mac and cheese.
I'm gonna ruin a TV show for you. Prepare yourself.
We're all fucking ruined and going down to the 7.
We've broken Andrew 3 times tonight.
We are
husks of our former selves now.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You all are.
She went so
Y'all fucking
ham.
are. I'm not.
She went so ham that she started sounding like Blanche from the Golden Girls to me.
Oh, now you gotta drag the Golden Girls into this.
Thank you for being
Why?
a friend.
Why?
Coming down the road.
Oh,
back
you want me to make it worse?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yes, I do. I want to make this as bad as we can.
Do
Go.
it.
I don't think it's that worse, but y'all be the judge. So Jackson, our friend and follower Jackson, Nightclub Tigers, you know.
Oh, that guy.
He said to me that my understanding is Golden Girls is nowhere near that horny. And then Ben Oscar comes behind him and says, "Oh, funny thing, I was playing Golden Girls in the background while watching this."
Okay, that's not terrible. No, there is a...
Good
By
job,
the way,
Jackson
Jamal,
and Ben.
there is a hornier version of the Golden Girls. It's called Sex in the City.
Yeah, that didn't do me anything.
No.
Nah.
No. Golden Girls is at least equally horny. You just don't see it.
I mean, who doesn't want to see Grandma Screw?
Mm-hmm. Blanche motherfucking Devereaux.
Go watch Hot in Cleveland. You basically see Betty White actually having, like, relationships with people when she's, like, 80, 90. She's fucking 90-something. Goddamn.
Yeah.
So, do roosters have, like, screw penises, too? Or is that, like, another thing?
I don't know.
To Google!
I think we're on agreement. Elizabeth Maxwell went very ham. We need to move on before we destroy anything else now.
I'm a commentator,
I
not
need
an
to
ornithologist. Don't ask me.
Okay, so we move on to the Demon of Envy, Rewind.
Lesbiathan.
We move on to the Demon of Envy, Leviathan. She's pretty much Lucifer's biggest fan. Admired her since she was young. She has the juvenile attitude of a spoiled child. Yeah, she wants to pound Lucifer's pussy like Carl's Jr. Eat like you mean it.
Apparently chickens do not have penises.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
This is a thing, people.
Colloquial kisses.
Yeah, she possesses the power of water, and at some point through Beelzebub's encouragement, she transforms into a magical girl.
So have we moved on to talk about everybody's favorite angry wet lesbian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might I begin,
Excellent.
though, when we actually get to it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Leviathan is voiced by Brittany Lauder.
Hey, Brittany.
Other roles you might have seen her in is Audrey and Honey Pop. Gee, you wonder why. Nene Fujinoki from My First Girlfriend's a Gal. Opal from World War Blue. Rina Tachibana from Real Rainbow Gates. And Plug Kraustadt from Juden-chan. So, Roots, the floor is yours. As long as it's not wet, that is.
Somebody get a mop.
Whoops.
In any case, Leviathan's one of my favorite characters in the show, because she gets some of the best lines. Including, let's see here.
Oh god, he's got notes!
Oh god, he's got a chart!
Everybody
Oh,
down,
God.
Roots has a chart.
For Roots of Justice, writing things down in a chart is basically the equivalent to blowing his load.
Right, good written charts are Roots is king.
Roots, I love you so much. I want you to know that.
Your tits are rockin'. So creamy.
Did you legitimately just start keeping a notebook because of this?
Fucking Leviathan, I feel like is a character I really wouldn't like in any other show that wasn't a trashy porno like this one. Because I just probably would have been annoyed by, like, bitchy, jealous type. But she's so fucking outlandishly funny that I kinda forgive it. And Brittany Lauda is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Brittany
She's
Lauda,
so
queen of the
good.
butt stuff.
Queen of the butt stuff. Does she?
Bubba
No, she's not the
bubba
one.
butt
Yeah.
stuff.
She just wants some fucking angel demon puss, something fierce.
Yeah. Her character here kind of reminds me of her character from Juden-chan, where they're both dumb, but they both admire their love, and they both have scenes where that's a lot more Pete than I'd ever need to see.
I'm sorry, hang on, what?
Yeah, if you want to watch Juden-chan, watch it at your own risk, but yeah.
Did you see some sweet anime pussy?
Juden-chan.
I not only saw that, I saw too many golden showers.
Oh, goody.
But anyway,
Roots is talking, I think.
Juden-chan.
no,
If you have a piss fetish, you're in luck.
God.
Juden-chan.
Juden-chan, if you're crazy enough to spend $30 on Right Stuff for it, like I did, just watch it for the dub.
Guys,
let's
can
put it
I
like
say
this.
one more about Juden-chan?
Go ahead.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Say it.
Juden-chan, a golden opportunity for water sports fans.
It's a golden
God
opportunity
damn
for
it.
Brittany Lauda.
Okay.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Let us all make it clear that thankfully,
Thankfully,
Leviathan,
the transmutation circles of
I
censorship.
forgot her
Yes.
name. I forgot her name. Leviathan. Let's all be thankful that Leviathan is made up of clear liquid and not yellow liquid. But
Anyway,
she still
yeah.
goes. She still goes close in that area when they're in an elevator. Like,
Yeah, that scene was genuinely uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'll bring that up again.
and then it
with
just
the
turned
next
out
character,
Lucifer was
but-
totally into it.
I'll bring that up again with the next character, but yeah, Brittany Lauder, like, for the angsty, spoiled moment she has, it was pure, unadulterated ham.
Oh, it's fucking
but
great.
when she, like, it was like spiral cut, honey glazed, like, you could sell that at like $45 a pound.
Are you trying to get me to jack off to ham right now? Because if so, it's working.
I don't know what just happened, but I'm pretty sure that's enough. Like, that's... Hey, Jamal, when you edit this, in the corner, just have an Andrew broken counter, and just ding it. Because we're, like, getting to... Andrew has just soiled himself, like, 6 times tonight.
I did no such thing. I just got back from peeing. I did that.
Wrong.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Andrew, to answer your question, no, chickens do not have corkscrew penises.
Okay, I forgot I asked that. Thank you for telling me.
They make their cloacas kiss.
What the fuck is a cloaca?
In any case, for the angsty moments, Brittany Lauder had plenty of ham to go around, but for the serious moments, she really brings it home.
Oh, good God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Megan, are you okay?
Megan, give your voice a rest. We got a panel on Sunday.
Throat coat, Megan, throat coat. Not that kind of throat
It's
coat.
finally
Andrew.
happened. After 2.5 years of doing this podcast, someone finally broke me. Andrew, have you never seen Silver Spoon?
No.
They explain what a cloaca is in the first episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all broken tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. As we try to collect our thoughts. Anybody else has any more thoughts?
Everything hurts.
Yeah,
I can't breathe.
This was a fun roll, and if we're having so much fun talking about it.
Okay.
No, holy shit, Brittany Lauder. I'm not dying because of you. It's because Andrew doesn't know what a cloaca is. But Brittany Lauder was like, oh my God, like, when I watched the first episode, I was like, I hate all of these except for this bitch. Because Leffy is, oh my God, Andrew, you fucking broke my voice. Andrew, you motherfucker, I have a panel to do Sunday.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm telling Mom Jan. But, no, like, she goes from angry lesbian to, like, jealous, clingy girlfriend to just genuine, like, fun in, like, 2 seconds flat. And she, at points, comes off as, like, the ditziest little girlfriend ever. But she's so sincere about how much she loves Lucifer.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot, but goddamn does she have passion.
I'm genuinely surprised how much I actually ended up liking Leviathan. I kind of thought she was going to be annoying, but she actually turned into a pretty fun, enjoyable character. And she actually has one of the cooler, more standout designs.
Oh yeah, I love her design.
Because yeah, it's just a t-shirt and no pants, which is ironic we call her Levi.
No, it's like, I see what you did there. No, but like she actually has like a cool design. The only one thing that bugs me is this isn't even like a bad thing. It's she's got like this really weird scar on her leg, and it's like it looks like
I don't think that's
not
a scar.
That's a garter, you slut.
On her leg?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
okay, things that Andrew doesn't know what they are: cloacas and garters.
It looks like it's basically like it's basically tearing open the leg is the way it looks to me. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know things. That's things we don't know. There's a lot of things I didn't know about tonight. Point is, Brittany as Leviathan, really fantastic job. You could tell she had a lot of fun with this.
I have to pee.
Yeah. She has kind of a hammy inflection in her voice, but she does the job very well.
Okay.
And I gotta say, like, all the really cool creature design comes from her minions.
Oh, the whale and the...
Yeah.
And the bat thing?
Yeah, the little bat fish thing.
Which, by the way, the way the ending of the show opens with just that is, like, the stupidest, weirdest thing ever. I never actually watched the ending of the show because it was lazy.
The censor bar it's clearly the thing is the censor bar. It's clearly like the censor bar in like a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Which, you gotta think, it's a fish. Are they trying to say something here?
Beats
the
me.
Vagina smell like fish? No, do not fuck a fish. That's not how you get a mermaid.
There we go.
Yeah, that reminds me.
There we go.
That reminds
Fishing
me.
for jokes. And
Megan,
I'm
really excited to do Monster Musume now after this, because I'm really curious what you're gonna think after this.
Do not fuck a fish.
Oh God.
In any case, Brittany Lauder was very good in this role. I hope you like those Japanese Blu-rays.
Buy the Blu-rays.
Buy the figure.
No,
buy the figurine.
No, seriously, she bought the
she
Japanese
really did, actually.
Blu-rays.
I know. I can totally believe that. I hope she enjoys. I hope she enjoys her titty mouse pad too.
Yeah, the goddamn emoji.
Buy our merchandise.
Okay, Rich, you're scaring me a little.
Hey, you filthy fucking virgin Japanese employee man. How hard is your dick right now when you look at this girl? Buy our shit!
Okay, before I lose my shit any further, we need to move on. Maybe we all need to say a prayer. I think the best person we need to do that is.
I already know I'm going to hell. As much as my mom would not like me saying that.
I would like to talk about how the actual true premise of the show is turning a good little Christian girl into a fucking sinful lesbian.
Isn't that every hentai, Andrew?
Well,
I mean, I'm not throwing myself under that bus again.
I'm also
Me neither,
not throwing myself under that bus again.
There's a bus?
Anyway, we need to say a prayer. We need to say a little prayer, and I think in order to do that, we need to bring out Miss Maria Totsuka, who is a submissive young lady. She hates being mistreated, rather be abusive or lewd. She I don't know how, but she actually possesses a bit of Lucifer's blood when she was an angel. For some reason she could see Lucifer, and once the two get together, they have quite a few interactions with each other. Basically, one of them being a nipple licking thousand rods.
By the way,
the other being the object of other people's affection, constantly used as bait, if you will, for almost every episode.
I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't like what they were doing between Lucifer and Maria for like the majority of the show, because it really did seem like a lot of it was like this very creepy, unconsensual, like dom sub lesbo thing, and it could really tell that like Maria wasn't into it for a while, and it was very uncomfortable.
Yep.
I feel like I could have described Maria better, but I'm just a little enthralled by her.
It's literally the entirety of the show. Let me summarize the entirety of interactions between Maria and Lucifer. Maria says the phrase, "I'm straight," and then Lucifer says, "So is spaghetti until it's wet."
It gets wet.
And that, my friends, is the entirety of their relationship. Well, kinda, sorta.
Yeah, and so was I until Yuri on Ice made me realize I was fucking gay.
Okay. Anyways, who the fuck voices Maria?
Yes, Maria is voiced by Madeline Morris, who you've seen in similar roles as Noriko Yamada from Alice in Soroku, Hikari Kanabuchi from Brave Witches, Bianca from Isaiah the Last Witch, Oyodo from Konkole, Akua Aino from Love Tyrant, and as a little addendum, and I found out this morning, she also voices Maria's mother in the last episode.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Oh shit, I just realized the joke I could have led into this.
What?
I should have, instead of being like, who the fuck plays her, I should have said, how do you cast a character like Maria?
I was thinking of doing something like that, but
she's a Christian Catholic girl named Maria.
Is that a reference to a musical that I'm missing?
How do you fuck a girl like Maria?
I'm just sorry she doesn't have any actual powers of her own, because I would have said she's Maria the Virgin Witch.
Get out! Don't you bring a good anime into this.
How do you?
It's like right there.
How do you possess a virgin like Maria?
Andrew, I'm gonna kick you in your tiny
Steal
dick.
the heart from her body.
How do you get her pants off in your bed?
Steal her.
Hey, Roots.
Is...
How do you murder a little bitch named Andrew?
I'm with Megan on this one. He put me in the Fujoshi
Andrew.
dungeon.
Andrew. Mina wants her cummies.
The hills are alive with the sounds of your fucking body treading the floor.
Speaking of which, let's talk about Maria, because I know what scene Megan wants to talk about.
Let's talk about Maria. Who wants to go
Butt
first?
stuff? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that she... Madeline... Woman... I respect that you acted all the way through the show as this character. Because it was a good performance. But Maria has all of the character of a wet paper towel drowning in a chlorine pool.
Yeah.
Like, Maria is the worst character in the show. Maria is basically like, but, don't touch me. And at first, then she's like, oh, I guess I like Lucifer now because Lucifer saved me, and maybe Lucifer wasn't so bad, and the writers of this show didn't know how to put a plot into the very end. But God, speed on you, girl. That poor girl has had to act through so many rapey scenes.
There's
Like-
a lot.
Like, okay, I literally, like, this is why I say, like, the middle chunk of episodes is kind of the best part because they're a little less rapey and horrible. Episode 2 is honestly, to me, more uncomfortable than the breast milk thing.
Yeah, there's something you should know about episode 2. Apparently it took them 2 takes just to film that elevator scene.
I don't blame her. That's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And she God bless her heart. Like, I honestly don't think I could do that. Holy shit,
See?
my voice.
See, that's kind of why I like stuff like Monster Musume more than I do kind of like this, because Monster Musume is also at its heart a bunch of hot girls and titties and stuff, but it's a much more like vanilla and or like consensual awkward scenarios, and it's more like accidental weird scenarios and not like I am forcing you to do this sexual act against your will.
Like,
That's what bugs me about a lot of the scenarios in this show. Some of them are pretty hot, but it's like there's a lot of them that are just flat out like fucking really dubious fucking rape shit. And it's messed up.
yeah, there's more kind of weird sexual stuff in this than like your average Otome game adaptation.
I'm not even sure how your brain... Like, no,
Like,
even like, porn...
Like,
even, like, hentai ichi stuff, like, at least it's, like, a lot of dumb, accidental, like, gropings or something like that. This is straight up, like, unconsensual sex. And it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is very uncomfortable, and I think for what it's worth, I think Maiden kind of deserves an Oscar for all the sex noises she had to make, because
Bless her
I know
heart.
she... Yeah, I can only imagine how much holy water Dave had to spray in the booth after that, like...
Okay, I have to ask something right now that's completely unrelated. Pineapple Man. Is he actually a holy man?
Yeah, I think so. Not like an actual father, like he's a reverend, but I did see pictures of him dressed like a father. He could be.
I'm actually pretty sure Dave Trosko is actually a preacher.
Yeah.
Wow!
Father Dave.
Dave Trosko, mad respect to you, sir. This is...
6.
Wow! I wasn't sure about that, because I want to ask, if that is true, Mr. Trosko, bless your heart, bless your holy heart for doing this with your craft as well as your beliefs, because I imagine some of these people are probably religious and whatnot, and it's just, like, some of them are for the art. If he is actually, like, a religious preacher person, that is an extra layer, and wow. Mad respect. Anyways, back to Madeline. Madeline is pretty good, but she's just very timid and makes a lot of sex noises.
Yeah, there's not a lot to her character.
She is Titty MacGuffin.
I mean, you could release the Kraken and she'd have to go wild.
No, she is a Titty MacGuffin. She is literally a MacGuffin, and she has titties. And sometimes her titties are the MacGuffin. Because she sucked her tits, and then she's like, we need to go to Miami.
Yeah, that was weird and, like, never touched upon again.
Oh, yeah. Breast milk can see the future, I guess.
But, like,
maybe?
only once?
I don't know. We needed her to suck her tits for this scene. It's like, there's like 250 scenarios you could come up with why she has to suck on her titties. But your reason was literally time travel, I can see the future, let's go to Florida.
Yeah, not to mention, like, towards the end when Bilal has it caged up, like, that...
I mean, okay, so that is, like, actually supposed to be, like, evil, you're not supposed to like this shit.
Yeah.
But, like, Lucifer is the hero/friend, which is weird. Madeline's good. Madeline's good as this character. As Megan said, I really don't have a lot to say about her. She is just supposed to be the everyman, sort of. She was good in the MMO episode. I liked her in that.
Yeah, that was pretty much her only...
MMO.
Oh yeah, the MMO episode was like the episode she actually fucking did shit.
Yeah, that was the only redemption she had, but other than that... she deserves an Oscar for all those noises, because I know in acting you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and she, like, literally sunk to the bottomest depth of uncomfortable. And for that,
respect to not only her, all these ladies, because not every person
save that for final thoughts.
We'll save that for final thoughts, yes.
Yeah.
I said my piece on Maria. Does anybody else have any thoughts?
Same here. Like, not a lot to her, but I give her a lot of respect for going the uncomfortable mile.
Yeah. So, good to move on then?
How do you fuck a virgin like Maria?
No.
Yeah, I need to think more lyrics.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus can't save you now, friends! We're in all 9 circles!
Fuck you, Andrew. So, we move on
Lilac, if you ever watched this episode, thank God it's after we see each other in person. Because I'm pretty sure Roots and I would be dead in a castle in Denton, Texas.
Alright. I think it's time we talk about the queen bitch in charge.
Yes, the QBIC, the demon of pride herself, Lucifer. Despite being the greatest angel made by God, she turned into a fallen angel and caused a rebellion, becoming the greatest demon king in hell. Okay. When she isn't speaking, her beauty is truly divine, but when she opens her mouth, a storm of arrogance blows forth. So pretty much, she too, like Belial, was cast out of heaven and sent to the ninth circle of hell, where upon meeting Leviathan, challenges the 7 moral sins to pretty much king of the hill. Well, you keep what you kill. At least that's where I got in the beginning.
And then she decides, you all suck. I'm gonna kick all of your asses and rule over you bitches.
Screw you.
First, I gotta get
my own hell with blackjack and hookers.
Actually, forget the blackjack. Just hookers, and then you get like Maria.
Yeah, and then it's just a bunch of Maria clones.
It is just.
Yeah. I think what happened is like Belial restrained her power, and she had to overcome the commandments themselves one by one in each fight. Up until she fights Wrath, to which
and Wrath just like fuck it.
I want to see you.
Exactly.
Wrath and Satan is basically the Vegeta of the show.
Yeah, pretty much. She develops an unhealthy obsession within Leviathan, who refuses to let her go, but deep down, they both really care.
It was love at first titty sucking on a cross.
Yes. All I know is Levi wants to give her a sweet poke, and I say...
What was that sound?
And I say that...
I hate you so much!
What was that sound?
And I say that because it's the Twitter handle of her actress, Nicole Endicott.
Ah, segue.
What was that sound you made?
Somewhere between laughter and killer whale being slaughtered.
So, are you basically just like Shamu right now, getting stabbed by a bunch of lances of Longinus?
Was that because you got the pun, or were you just laughing for laughing's sake?
That's right, children. I am ruining all of nature tonight. Flipper, 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 faster than light.
I don't know how to segue from that. I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Every aspect of my childhood is now dead.
Oh, God.
Thank you, 7 mortal sins.
This is the best
I told you I was ruining childhoods tonight.
This is the best episode.
My God, I threw that down harder than Scar did to Mufasa.
When you think about it, that's basically how you describe her relationship with Belial. Long live the queen.
The king.
Anyway, Jamal, do your job, please.
Yes, Nicole Endicott is also another brand new actress. Her only other named role is Principal Fumika Kitago from Brave Witches.
Neat.
So, who wants to start this final round?
So, apparently I'm the only one who hears this, but I hear like a very subtle Georgian accent in her voice.
Huh.
Like, it is really, really subtle. And I feel like it was kind of subdued because they decided that's what they wanted to do with Belial. But I can kind
of hear it now that you mention it, yeah.
I kind of wish they just kind of went with it.
Nah.
Because either they go with it or just completely remove it. Because I don't know.
I'll say this. I actually was kind of surprised that she was a little flat in some places near the end, but
I think that's just the show.
I think that might have just been a lot of surprising exposition near the end. But I'll say this. She completely... I've not heard her in any other thing, but I'll say, as Lucifer, she completely sells the idea that she is a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like, she is the one you do not want to fuck with, like, when she gets going.
Oh, yeah.
Except
when she amasses, like, a hell of followers, I'd be like, bitch, I ain't even full of pride. You just hot.
She actually is one of the hotter characters. I'll say that, too. I'll say this. The only time she's ever, like, seemingly vulnerable is when butt stuff and wooden horses are involved.
Oh, butt stuff.
Look, we were going to mention it before. It's like she was...
I know.
She actually gets pretty, like, sick in that episode, so she's dealing with the weird shit in the hospital. And she's like, this fucking place sucks. She's actually, like, crying almost. This place sucks. Everything is going on. Everybody's breathing and dying and coughing in the middle of the night. The food sucks. And the lady had to stick a pill up my butt.
Oh, here, try this pill. Good news! It's a suppository.
Hot stuff!
She screamed real well during those moments.
She actually is pretty convincingly and kind of cute when she screams, weirdly enough. I'll say this. I really did actually enjoy her as Lucifer. Like, she sold the aura of bad bitch in charge. Like,
oh god, that's like my favorite thing about her is, like, she exudes the fact that it's like, oh, that was cute, time to get fucked.
Yeah, she has that holier than thou kind of voice, which I generally really like.
Oh, yeah, she's just better than everybody, yeah.
But I think she also has, like you said, like, the whining vulnerability, and in the last episode where she, like, gets herself stabbed for a second, she did a really good job, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, I didn't know of her, and I was genuinely surprised at how good a job this person did.
Put her in more shit.
Yeah, that scene was kind of perplexing, though, because...
I'm surprised that the girl stayed dead in a show where the plot is clearly so important.
No, it's not that. It's the whole heart thing.
The heart thing made no fucking sense.
You have my heart.
It didn't make no sense until I rewatched it, and then it occurred to me.
It makes no sense.
Because you find out in the hospital episode, Lucifer has two hearts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah. What?
Do-we-do.
Wow, I can't believe the writers
Thank
weren't
you.
paying attention to that.
Yeah.
By the way, now that I think about it, Belial came in and, like, did something with her titties in the hospital bed. What did she do?
Frotage?
Some kind of spell.
Was it a spell? They locked...
Frotage?
They, like...
She other than...
They docked nipples, and then the show...
They docked nipples and made the enchantment. And speaking of docking, that last episode, though, like... When Maria sacrifices herself, they docked and some of her blood got in her.
I was like, she went full on satanic by the end of that. It's like, yo. So, is she a zombie? Is she a devil? What is she? Is she a plot device? Yeah, she's a plot device. Okay.
Yeah, the only real thing that never made any sense to me afterwards was the whole tears of blood thing. I know there's some religious significance to that.
I feel like if Maria died and came back like a demon or something, I kind of would have forgiven that. Because that would have been like some sort of
All I know is this. Apparently their way to hide the entrance to hell was to put a fucking blanket over it.
I mean, quick! Don't let the angels come see the billions of screaming souls and corpses. Put a sheet over it. Wow, everything seems all clean down here.
It's that line from Bravest Warriors. Put a blanket over it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck were? Nicole, you were great as Lucifer. I'd like to hear you in more things. And yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, we all do. So general consensus is she's very good. We really need to hear more out of her because she was fucking amazing as Lucifer.
Well, like my earlier comments with the quote unquote training wheel stuff, I really hope that 2-3 years, she's a big name at Funimation, or is doing more, maybe not just in the anime industry, but, you know, video games and American cartoons and whatnot.
Thankfully enough,
from what I gathered on her Twitter, I think she's a voice director for indie games.
Oh, that's cool.
Neat. Thankfully, with the outcome that is the broadcast dubs, we could hear a lot of newer talent regularly, and I'd like to hear more of her.
Yeah, speaking of dubs, let's go into final thoughts right now. So, what did y'all think of this dub as a whole?
Better than it really should have been. Really so much better than it should have been. I'll say this. I really get the impression that trash garbage shows, in terms of like working on, must be the most fun thing to ever be a part of. Because everybody, you can tell, is having a blast. They're going nuts. But they're having the time of their lives, and this show is fucking full-on pornographic trash dumpster fire garbage, with half of these characters being hot and attractive, and half of them basically being like discount blow-up dolls that like not even like the horniest person would want to stick their dick in. But at the same time, also the plot's fucking nonsense, and it's basically, the show itself is, can blasphemy get you hard? Let's find out. That's basically the premise of the show. The show's kind of garbage, stupid, trash fire, but this dub is fucking amazing. Props to Dave, props to all these actors. Props to Dave especially for giving some newer talents to get the chance to shine in what is basically a very awkward position to start out in. But they fucking did it great, and I really respect that. All right, I've said my piece.
All right, who wants to go next? Because I'm going to go last for
Ruth,
reasons.
if you don't mind going, because I want to lead into Jamal's rant, because I agree with him on what he's going to rant about.
Yeah, this dub was worlds better than it probably should have been. Huge props to Clint and Dave. The cast, like, this is a really, really uncomfortable watch. But the dub made it tolerable.
Yeah.
And, I get the feeling I know where Megan's rant is gonna go, so I'm gonna let her go, because I might have a little bit to add to that.
Okay. Getting my thoughts on the dub as a whole out of the way, this dub is better than this fucking show deserves. Look, to Dave, Clint, all of the wonderful men and women who came in and did this show, I don't know if you got uncomfortable voicing it, but there were points where I was uncomfortable watching it. And it's like, oh no, you're being like, I don't know, it's like, oh, you're being like so prudish and all that stuff. It's like, no, because I can watch shows with sexuality in them. I mean, I'm not gonna
Shimonetta, for example.
What?
Shimonetta.
Yeah, I enjoy Shimonetta, which literally has an attempted rape scene in it. Twice. Thanks. I mean, but I also enjoy series with actual consensual sex that is shown in the manga. I mean, I'm sorry to spoil this for anybody who reads Tokyo Ghoul in the manga. There's an entire chapter, and I can say this because I own the actual magazine where it came out in Japan. Thank you, Amon, for buying that for me when you went to Japan. And I will give Jamal pictures to put this up in editing. There's an entire chapter that is dedicated, very classily, by the way, to Toka and Kaneki having sex. I like shows that have... I mean, I like Yuri on Ice. Yuri on Ice has fan service in it. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It has sexuality. It has fan service. But there's a point where so many shows come through the filter that I feel like this show could have a bunch of dudes in the same situation. I would still think it's absolute garbage, by the way. And I feel like Funimation wouldn't dub it because it was too much of a risk. Because this shit sells with dudes. And I get that there are also girls who are into this show, and probably girls who really do enjoy this show, or people who identify as female who enjoy the show. But I feel like this isn't something I would have given a broadcast dub to, or a simuldub. I would have waited for home release, just because it is so odd to dub. And I feel like this caused other shows to get passed over. I don't know if there was a deal that said you can get these other shows, but you have to simuldub 7 Mortal Sins. But that being said, I'm grateful for the effort they put in on it. I would have honestly been a lot angrier at the show if the dub wasn't as enjoyable as it is. This is not a show I'm going to buy. As enjoyable as this dub is, I'm not going to buy this show. I streamed it because I am on this podcast. This is not something I'm comfortable, like when somebody says, oh, what's a good anime to watch, or what's anime about, and then they see a show like this, and this is kind of the stuff that gives it the anime sometimes a bad name. And I mean, if this is your show and you enjoy it, all the power to you. But at the same time, I feel like maybe Funimation and certain companies should step back from stuff like this and maybe put risks on shows that aren't super fan servicey or aren't like instant hits like your Attack on Titans and stuff. I mean, and I'm grateful because this is a year where Aka 13 gets a dub, where Alice in Zeroku gets a dub, Kato got a dub.
Yeah, actually I was going to add to that point, like the thing with the broadcast dubs, and they're like actually are trying to take some risk with a lot of these dubs.
Yeah, and I'm grateful that this is happening for it too. And maybe this show was one of the risks because of the sexuality and the nature behind it. But my thing is this, if you're willing to take a risk on highly censored, borderline hentai pornographic material, start taking a risk on other shows that may not be as mainstream. Don't just do these types of shows because people are like, oh, it has tits, it'll sell. And I do genuinely feel like this is a show that actually could have been really interesting if the sexuality in it was toned down. Because I think it has an interesting concept, and it has semi-decent character design. So
I don't think they trust themselves to do anything interesting.
yeah, and that's Japan's fault. That's not the dub's fault. Like I said, if anything, the dub makes this show more enjoyable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm also very tired. I've been up since 5:30.
So, Mr. Jamal, the floor that we took the liberty to mop it up for you, by the way. The floor is yours.
Okay then, so, I mean, personally, when I enjoy a show, I enjoy it because it's either something I really like to watch, something that has a good dub, or both. And I'm of the mind that if something needs to be said, it needs to be said. Now my thing is this. When the dub was first announced for 7 Mortal Sins, I was a little iffy on the show to begin with, so I wasn't sure how the dub would play out. Come to find out that Dave Trosko was going to direct it. I was like, okay, could give it a chance. I saw the names on the cast list. I was like, you know what? Let me hear them first before I pass judgment. And I really liked the dub. I liked it so much that it's probably going to go somewhere on my list of dubbies. Where exactly? You're just going to have to wait and find out. However, what I am not a fan of is people bashing the dub. It's not just sub elitists or anything. It's also some people that actually watch dubs. Because there are certain names they don't recognize on there. There are certain people that they're not familiar with.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There are certain voices they do not understand.
So I was wondering when we were gonna get to this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to this. And my thing is this. For those that are just hating on the dub because you don't recognize anybody in this, go fuck off, okay? Because here's my entire thing. If there's a performance you like but you don't know the person, who knows, they could become your favorite actress later on. I mean, 5 years ago I didn't know who Bryn April was, and now she's one of my all-time favorite actresses. I was not a big fan of Tokiranbu Hanamaru at first, but then when I heard Jade was directing it, I decided to watch it, give it some support, and it turns out I really liked the dub.
And actually,
Tokiranbu Hanamaru was such a good anime, and everybody should watch it.
Exactly.
And I'll say
Exactly.
this, adding on to your point, there are so many actors and actresses who I only would have known regularly for doing dub talk and covering seasonal, broadcast dubs that have since, gone from, who the fuck is this nobody
Who
to...
the fuck is Kyle?
Who the fuck is Kyle? So it's gone from,
Exactly.
who the fuck is this schmuck? To, wow, this is one of my actual all-time favorites. They can do almost no wrong, etc. I didn't know who the fuck Jeannie Torado was. Now she's, honestly one of my favorite actresses there at Funimation. I used to be like, who the fuck's Jade Saxton? Or, wow, Jade Saxton's only ever this type of character. And she's since become one of my favorites. I used to think, who the fuck is this guy named Josh Greeley? And he's one of the fucking best. People, your favorite actors started out as nobodies with no names, as who the fuck is this schmuck? How the fuck are they supposed to become bigger, better, and more experienced without that first push, that first performance? And I applaud Dave for doing that with several of these actresses, who even from their first outing, I'm like, they're really good for this character. I'd like to see them do other characters. Sometimes they might get them good. Sometimes they might do them bad. But it's a learning experience, and let these people learn and blossom into the talent they are destined and meant to be.
Exactly, because with dubs, especially when you're doing ADR directed in general, and Jade and Cliff have said this in interviews before, that they have anonymity when it comes to casting. And Cliff has definitely specified that depending on the property, sometimes the Japanese will be involved, but other times they have complete anonymity on who they want to cast. I mean, nobody bad than I when there were new names in Tokiranbu. Nobody bad than I when there were new names in Nambaka. Hell, nobody better than I when there were new names in Keijo. But y'all going bat an eye when there are new names in Seven More Sins.
Because, okay,
I think there is
if I can say something about that too, I hate to be the person who says this.
I think it needs to be said, though, because I think I know where you're gonna go.
It's sexism. It's straight up sexism. I mean, I don't want to be uncomfortable and say it, because it is a little bit. I mean, I know, because you brought up Keijo, and here's the thing, though, in Keijo, Jamie Markey's still in Keijo, and she's a well-known female voice actress.
Yes.
Was Monica in Keijo? I never watched
Yes.
Keijo. Monica's in Keijo. I mean, there are still, the core of Keijo as a show had very established voice actresses in it. And the thing is that the same transmutive property is in Seven Mortal Sins. Except for, now there's also this guy who hasn't directed as much as Cliff is directing us too. And people are like, you're putting in new name people just so you can be a little different. Dude, at one point, Monica Rial was that no name. At one point, Christopher Sabat was that fucking no name. At one point, Mike McFarlane was that fucking no name. Even in, the Western industry, at one point, Steve Bloom was that fucking no name.
To think
Mary
there was
Elizabeth
a time.
McGlynn was that no name.
That was an era that exists.
shut the fuck up if you're being that person. If you don't like the dub, don't fucking watch it. If you're gonna miss out on the wanking show because the girls' voices are gonna ruin it, shut the fuck up and deal with it. You're still gonna wank off anyway. I'm pretty sure a girl's voice, unless voices are your kink, aren't gonna ruin it for you. But my thing is this. These actresses are good. It's not like, and trust me, I've been there too. I've been upset because an actor I didn't want, or I didn't think I was going to like, ended up being a character. If you've watched this from the beginning, you know I threw a hissy fit over Sarah for the end. Like, I'm gonna be clear. I threw a hissy fit that Micah wasn't gonna be Michaela. I was pissed. I was like, this is gonna suck. And guess what? I was fucking wrong. I grew to love Justin Briner. I grew to love Rika Fajardo. I am growing to love Alejandra Saab and things. Just because you don't know who they are doesn't mean they're a bad actor.
Do a little research.
Doesn't mean they're a bad actress.
Do a little research.
Or B, open up to things being a little bit different. Let yourself get uncomfortable with what you watch. Because trust me, as much as, like I said, I do not like this anime. I do not fucking like it one bit. This show is torture porn to me. It is creepy torture porn. But I enjoyed the dub because the dub was fun. And you know what? I don't think I would have enjoyed it if it was done another way. If this show was played completely straight and by the book and paint by numbers, it would have sucked.
And I don't think you could even do, like, the borderline hentai show straight like Japan can. Like, you have to have a little bit of tongue-in-cheek in mind when you decide to dub something like this.
Yep. Honestly, you said it all, Megan.
Yeah.
Shit.
Definitely said it.
I'm sorry. Nostalgia can be a good thing. You can want things to be the way they were when, for some reason, anime was in its heyday and now anime is all gone to shit. But it's not going to change the fact that this industry is changing and growing. Either suck it up and move on, or go hide in your little corner and stick your head in the ground. Because the rest of us are gonna fucking move on without you.
I'm genuinely impressed that we went to such a kind of inspiring, sort of interesting, motivational discussion and direction.
Thanks, Jamal. Jamal has been sitting on this for months.
Yeah.
This is his thunder. I'm stealing it. I'm sorry.
Like, this episode, like, once or twice almost didn't happen. So, thank you, Jamal, for your persistence on this one.
Jamal, this was like something you really wanted to do, and I'm very impressed with how you did it, my friend. Well done.
Thank you. I mean, pretty much, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Just don't be a fucking dick about it, okay?
Don't be a dick about it.
Like things, it's okay. Just don't be a dick about it.
Okay, look. Basically, if you don't like it, don't be a dick about it. If you do like it, go beat your dick about it.
I mean, not to be... I guess the best way to end this is a quote Dave himself has said. You know, sometimes we all have to taste of vanilla to know that chocolate chip cookie dough is better.
This show is anything but vanilla.
No, I mean, this dub could have been vanilla, but it ended up being cookie dough, and I like it all very much.
I, too, am a fan of putting creamy liquids inside of myself and experiencing its pure pleasure.
Okay,
And on that point, we need to end.
Please kill me. I need to pack.
And speaking of killing, it's time to end.
Just one last
if you were
note.
interested in seeing the
I'm sorry,
dub...
I just have one last thing to say. Funimation, I love you guys. Please dub more weird shit. Like,
fucking
weird,
go ahead,
obscure shit. Just try new things. Be ballsy. Because if the end result...
This is him actually trying this. He doesn't really want that. You know what he's trying to tell you? He's trying to tell you to dub and release Tatami Galaxy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep. You caught me. Dub the Tatami Galaxy, please. But no, in
Anyways.
all seriousness, like, leave your comfort zone, because this... It wasn't quite as much as other things, but this was sort of leaving the comfort zone a bit, and it was really good. So, please...
Leave your comfort zone in all ways, whether it be animation, whether it be sexuality, on all spectrums. Just, in the words of Elsa, let it go.
Yeah.
This turned into a surprisingly, interesting discussion, but you know what? We've been doing this for, 3 fucking hours.
Yeah,
I think my dog's starving now.
Yeah, we gotta wrap
what
this.
needs to be said, it needs to be said. Now I'm gonna...
We gotta
wrap this.
We gotta
Andrew!
What?
Let the man speak.
Yeah, so we gotta go. And speaking of going, if you want to go and see this dub for 7 More Sins, all episodes are currently available on the Funimation Now service. The first 2 episodes are available for free, but the rest are behind the subscriber paywall, which, if you're interested in subscribing, they do have a 14-day free trial you can use to watch their simuldubs and home video releases. But fair warning, if you don't like the service or don't want to continue after the 14 days are up, make sure to cancel as soon as possible, since a credit card is required and they will start pulling money from your account.
It's like $5. It's a Baconator.
More or less.
Baconator combo, yeah. As for the show itself, the sub can be found on Crunchyroll as part of the Funnyroll partnership. You can watch with or without a subscription. Just know without a subscription there will be ads. There is also a third subscription service called Verve, where if you opt for the combo pack for $10 a month, you get access to Funimation, Crunchyroll, Cartoon Hangover, and more, as well as original programming. Be warned though, there are no subs when you're watching anime, and they are aware of it and currently working on it.
Okay, correction. Okay, 2 things I want to add. 1, there are no subs for dubbed anime.
Yeah, the Funimation
The subtitles
side.
are there for the Crunchyroll side and any Japanese show. That's what I was going to add to that particular statement. There's also a second thing I really feel like I should address right now. What we are currently watching and discussing is the broadcast version and materials of this show. The reason why there are censors and things over everything is because this is the broadcast version. The reason that you can't watch the uncensored version is because that is exclusive to the premium HBO-esque channels in Japan. All of that will be cleared up for the home video release, as Funimation always, of course, fixes that. So this will be an uncensored show once it is brought out on DVD Blu-ray and once the final materials are brought up on Funimation's website in between 12 to 16 months.
Yeah, it should be sometime in 2018. Funimation will release it on Blu-ray and DVD here in the US, Universal Studios UK in the UK, and probably Sony Universal in Australia.
I just wanted to make that clear since everybody's going to be like, why the fuck are the tits censored?
Right.
Right.
You can continue.
As for us, if you're interested in seeing any of us in the shenanigans we get up to, go ahead and plug yourself, sinners.
Alright.
I'll go first because my voice is dying again. My name is Megan, and you can follow me over at Queen Era 2, where I do general shit posting and what?
It sounded like you said genital posting.
Yeah.
Please let us speak, Andrew.
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Megan, I love you. I'm sorry.
I want to die DuckTales.
Woohoo!
No, you can follow me and my shit posting at Queen Era 2, and that's all I really do besides shit here. Yeah.
And I'm Andrew, otherwise known as Classy Spartan. You can follow
Who's a
me.
piece of shit.
I'm also the piece of shit. You can follow me on Twitter at MangaMan9000. You can see me frequently roaming the Funimation forums, or you can hear my voice on the other podcast gig I do, Podcast O&A for Surreal Resolution, where we talk about anime news and the like. Okay, that's basically it.
Okay, you can find me at Roots of Justice on Twitter and a couple other forums. I mainly retweet pug pics, share anime licensing conspiracy theories. In general, just kind of a fun time.
And as for me, I'm an assistant editor of the Dub Talk podcast. I can be found on my other channel at Jamstar1. I do have a blog that's unfortunately covered in dust. I can also be found on Twitter at Jamstar529. As for the podcast itself, we can be found here on YouTube under the name Dub Talk Podcast. We can also be found on Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter by the same name. And I think that's it for the night.
Like, comment, subscribe, and click that little bell. It'll help us out a lot.
I'm going to kill him.
We're so close to 1K. If we're not at 1K by the time this video is posted, please help us get to 1,000 subscribers.
Do it so we can finally let Andrew. Do it so we can finally let anime come.
Oh my!
I think we've come plenty tonight, fellas. I think it's time we wrapped it up.
Yes. So from all of us here at Dub Talk, we wish you a good night. And otaku on.
Let's go play with our cloacas later.
Good night, everybody. Oh, God.
Oh,